All right, we're gonna wait a few minutes. We'll give people a couple more minutes to get on. It's 8:01, so let's just give it a few minutes. Let me go grab my phone. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. Wait a little while. Seemed like it's only a few people on tonight.
Okay. We are few but mighty. We don't care about all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, everyone on the call has been on the call. So if it's no new people, we're not gonna go over the velocity part of it. Only if there was a new people, right? So, all right. Well, I mean, I guess we can get started. People are still coming in. So, well, you know what we could do, Sabor? We could just start off with the declaration and everything like that. And then if any new people come on, then we can either backtrack and do the velocity banking, or do you still want to do it because there's nobody new coming on tonight? I mean, nobody's on there new now that I know of. So we can just go ahead and jump into and let Michelle do her piece. And if we have to backtrack about the whole velocity piece, we can do that on the back end if you want. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, all right. It's Friday night, everybody. Thank you for being on the call. I see HL on, Key and John. I see
we here.
Yeah, Raquel is on. Thank you for being on the call tonight, guys. We know we do our Friday night live calls, and we know that this is important. Yeah, woo, woo, let's get it. Let's get that energy up and moving, right? So we are pumping. We are excited. Every Friday night we come on this call because we get some golden nuggets from individuals that's in the program and from people who are actually coaching the program, and also from our founder of the program, Mr. Sabor Demiri. So we're always excited to be here on Friday nights. So you know me, I get my little love going on. If you happen to be here tonight, let me get some ones in the chat. Let me know you with me. Let me know you're here tonight. So we want to learn something new because God is good and we always have some good information. That's what I'm talking about. I see those ones coming. Light them up, light it up, light it up. There you go. There we go. There we go. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, there we go. Light that chat up. Yes, we are here and we are live tonight. So we're very grateful. And as we wait for more individuals to come on, we always want to start our Friday night calls with our declaration. So let me start out. If you guys can just kind of unmute yourself, you know what we do every Friday. So let's say it like we mean it. Let's get our mindsets changed and get our way we think about how we do business and how we make our money. We're gonna get that mindset right. So if you can engage me and partake, and just repeat after me. This is my life.
This is my life.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I am clear about my path.
I am clear about my path.
I am debt free.
I am
debt-free.
debt-free.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I walk
I walk in the understanding of my finance.
I control my spending habits.
I
Control my
habits.
spending habits.
I am not a consumer.
I am not a consumer.
Y'all know this is my favorite part. So when we say this, I need you to say it like you mean it. I am an investor.
I am
an investor.
That's what we do. We learn how to invest so we can make our money, so we can get that passive income. My money works for me.
My money works
for me.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
All
things are possible to me because I believe.
I am financially sexy.
I am financially sexy.
And I won't give up.
And I
won't give up.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And if you believe that, let me see you put some number 2 because I believe it, right? I am financially sexy, right? I declare my mindset has changed today. I am not a consumer. I am not. That's what I'm talking about. I am an investor. So I'm grateful. Thank you all for engaging me and partaking in that. On tonight, we start our Friday night calls out every Friday with that declaration. We want our mindsets to change. We don't want to be consumers. We want to be investors. We want to make us. So, with no further ado, I'm looking to see who came in. We have a couple. I don't know if we have any new people on tonight. If you have someone new on the call that say hello, you can unmute yourself and say hi and introduce yourself. You're not obligated to do that. This is just an opportunity for you to introduce yourself. Is there anyone new on the call tonight? Okay, so if there is no one new on the call tonight, then if we get new.
I'm sorry, I'm new.
Okay.
Jeanette.
Okay, would you like to introduce how did you hear about our program?
I was talking to you at work.
Oh, okay. This is not one of my work colleagues. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I work with her. I was telling her about the debt weapon program and was some things about it. So I invited her to the call tonight. So thank you for being on tonight. What we're going to do tonight is we're just going to go briefly over what we do as our foundation for the program. And then we're going to have our introduction, of course, of our founder of our program. And then we're going to have one of our members. She's going to do a presentation tonight on a passive income that she started doing for her and her family. She's the expert now. So she's going to enlighten.
Can everyone mute themselves?
I was going to say, how can we mute?
I muted them.
Okay, thank you, Saber. I appreciate it. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go over quickly. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. Yes, maybe no. Can you guys see it?
We can see it, yes.
Yes.
Right, all right. So I just want to tell everyone, welcome again to the Debt Weapon Program. As we all know, this program is changing lives like drastically. Every time someone comes into this program, we're always getting good news about how the program works. I am a product of the product, so I believe in it and I work it. So we just did our declarations. We're not going to do that again. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Renee Allen. I am one of the Debt Weapon coaches. I'm very grateful to be here and to be on this program. We have Danielle, I'm not sure if she's still doing this or not, but she's on my program right now, but she was, or she might still be coach. That is Danielle Demary. And then we also have Rosie Jones-Clark, which is one of our Debt Weapon coaches and our membership chair. And hi, Rosie, you are there. And if Danielle is on, can you show yourself if you want to say hello? I don't know if Danielle is on yet. I don't think she came on, but Rosie, if you want to say a few words, please feel free to do so. You're just gonna wave tonight, that's it? Okay, that is Rosie, that's our chair there. So we all know who this man is, Mr. Sabor Al-Demiri, right? He is the founder, and he is teaching and creating this legacy about this debt weapon program, things that we never knew, and now that we know, now he's teaching us how to use it. Just a little bit about him. He's a husband and a father and a mentor, one of my mentors. I have a couple. He's one of them. He's a real estate investor. He has 29 properties, approximately $1.7 million in assets, right? This is the things that he's trying to get us to teach us so we can have that amount of money in assets. He is an accreditor investor. He is an acquisition manager of about $40 million in funds in the states of Texas, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. He and his colleagues broker about $2.5 million a month. He is known as the mortgage note broker in the world of mortgage lending. He has 4 LLCs. He is a consult of Velocity Banking, credit services, and real estate investing. Mr. Sabor, if you'd like to just wave and let everybody see who you are, that'd be great. I don't know if he heard me, but if not, he'll come back. Oh, there he is. That's my mentor, one of them. Great guy, wonderful individual. So let's just talk about what is velocity banking. So velocity banking is a strategy that we use debt to pay off debt faster than the traditional way that we normally pay off debt, right? And it helps us to become quickly debt-free, and it boosts your credit score as well. And as you guys know, we have 4 debt weapons that we can do or use to create this and do this. So we have the credit card, a personal line of credit, a home equity line of credit, and a business line of credit. So if you have any one of those weapons, you are able to use this concept and this strategy to pay off debt faster than you would traditionally, right? And everybody on this call knows that, but we're just going over it anyway. So questions that you might have about this velocity banking. Velocity banking is a totally new concept to me. It probably is to a lot of people, and it was to a lot of people when we first got started. Will it help my situation? Absolutely, it will help your situation. You can use it in more than one way. If it's so good, why haven't I heard about it before? Well, the answer to that question is because a lot of people don't like sharing ways to how they make money and how they get ahead. So I haven't heard about it before either until I met Mr. Sabor Demiri. And now I know about it, and I'm spreading the word about it because it's actually good information. The whole process doesn't fully make sense when I first got learning this concept, and it took a while, but it really doesn't make sense because you're using debt to pay debt. So a lot of people, that's a foreign concept because we're normally using cash to pay debt, but this concept and this strategy is just so unique. It's just wonderful. So it really won't make sense in the beginning. So a lot of people might be nervous about making this change. Yep, I was a little bit, but you know what? It works. And the last question was, well, can I afford to do this? So I would say, absolutely, you cannot afford to do it. This is a life-changing strategy, and it will definitely put you in positions where you can make moves. So the velocity banking, the debt weapon, if you use velocity banking or not, you still have to pay your bills, right? So the question is how much do you want to pay? Do you want to pay more over time traditionally, where you just pay your monthly bill, you paying all that interest? Or if you want to use the velocity banking, you pay less over time. So that's what this does, is help us pay less money faster to get this debt down and pay less over time. So that's what we do. We teach how to do that. So in this process, we do ask that you trust the process, trust who your higher power is. I believe in God, Jesus Christ. Yours might be something different. So you trust in your higher power. We want to trust yourself. We want to trust the process, and definitely trust your coach. So that's just a quick overview of what velocity banking is. Mr. Al-Demiri will come on later. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to turn this over to Michelle, who's going to talk to us about her experience and how well she's been doing with Turo. So she's going to do a presentation. And if you have any questions, we can save them to the end of her presentation. So without further ado, Michelle, I'm gonna turn this over to you. And I don't know if I can make you the host or I can't make you the host. Sabor is gonna have to do it, I think. Sabor, can you make Michelle the host?
No, I'm recording, so Michelle can still share her screen though.
Okay, she could. Okay, perfect.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Hope all is well, and welcome to the new members that we have. Let's see if I can share this screen. Guess I'm back by popular demand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't never lie, girl, because we got me hooked.
All right, let's do this once again. Oh,
Can
say what?
you go to you go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, you go.
Oh, okay. So this is Turo, and if you go onto the Turo site, this is exactly what you will see. This is a car sharing site. So you go on Turo. If you want to book a car, you just click here. If you want to list a car, you click here, and then you have how it works. So basically, if you click that, Turo basically is self-explanatory. It gives you all the information if you want to sit there and read and take the time and read all of that. Okay, what is Turo? Turo is a rideshare marketplace where travelers book cars from local owners, regular people like me and you, our own personal cars. With Turo, you're providing an experience to your peers. So you want to get creative. You want to paint a picture when you're doing your description of your car. You want to give them an experience. You want to make them feel like they're, like in a movie or something. They're getting something amazing when they get into your car. Turo offer high-class exotic cars as well as your everyday cars, vans, trucks, but they don't do commercial vehicles, such as the ones that you have to actually put a commercial license plate on. When listing with Turo, you need to have time, patience, and pay attention to detail. Because again, you're renting out your personal car. So you want to make sure your car comes back to you the same way you gave it to them. Here we're going to start talking about a few things that you need to know when getting started with Turo. So I'll talk about some items that you might want to purchase, to make things easier when you start Turo. What type of insurance should you have? The requirements for your car and the safety. Documents, how to document when you're working with Turo, how to verify the guests, and then most of all, know your numbers. Know if Turo it will work for you. Is it worth it? Am I going to make money with Turo? Or if I have a car payment, is that car going to pay for itself? So these are a few things that I found kind of important to purchase when you have Turo. You might want to get a tracker. They say a wire tracker is better than a magnetic tracker because your guests can take it out and throw it away. So you want to know where your car is. If your car gets stolen, you'll know where your car is. I found out about this ozone machine. I wish I would have known about it when I rented my car to a guest. They had smoked weed in my car. It took me about 2 weeks at least to get the smell out. And I was told this machine right here, you just put it in the car for a few minutes and it will take all the smell out your car. A portable vacuum cleaner. There are days that, you wake up in the morning and somebody already rented out your car and you don't have time to go to get your car clean. And so you could just run out and vacuum your car out real quick and get that car ready to be rented out. Also, for those that are very busy and they can't, get to their car all the time, they can put a lockbox on their car. There's ones that you can put on your handle. There's ones that you can put on the glass, of your window. And you give the guest a code and the code can access, the lockbox and then get the key and get your car and keep it moving. Also an Easy Pass. I recommend getting an Easy Pass because when guests rent your car out, they're traveling, they're going to New York, they're going wherever you got to get, they have to pay toll. And when you don't pay toll right away, that bill takes forever to get to you. So you want to be able to charge that guest right away for whatever tolls that they paid. What insurance to choose? So Turo has 5 different insurances to choose. And they have all the different, benefits to the insurance. Whichever one you choose, know that Toro is going to get a percentage. So if you choose that 60 plan, that means Toro is going to get 40% and you're going to get 60. So if you rented out your car and it came out to $100, you're getting $60 and Toro is getting 40 of that. And you also need to have your own insurance. So if you're doing Toro as an individual, you need to have your regular insurance. If you're doing Toro as a business and you want to have a fleet of cars, then you have to have personal insurance as well as the Toro insurance. The requirements and maintenance. So, our regular car, we might have a little light out or the belt not working properly or whatever, and we'll still ride our car with no problem. But with Toro, you can't have any issues with your car. No burned out lights, no cracks on headlights. Your dashboard can't have any lights on it. All your windows have to be working properly. You can't be missing mirrors, no cracks or chips on your glass. Your seat belts have to work properly. Everything has to be in perfect working order. Your key fob, the batteries have to be working. Your glove box. I've known people who have glove boxes that are stuck. You can't open them, so they don't even bother using them. All that stuff has to work. You can't have a missing door panel. Everything has to be in working order. Also, the requirements for your car. The requirements for your car. You can have your car registered in any state except for New York. I'm not sure why that is, but that's Toro. Your car can't be more than 12 years old. Your car can't have more than 130,000 miles on it. It can't be a salvage or branded car. It can't be a car that was declared a total loss. Your car can be a classic car, 1990 or older, but it has to be in excellent condition and is still subject to review by Toro. So if you have any of these issues, you're subject to getting charged a violation fee of $100 or $200. And then they might still take your car off the road. Document. So again, this is your personal car. You're loaning out to somebody else. You want to document everything. So I have people that rent out my car and they don't document anything. They don't take pictures. They don't bother. I can come back and say, well, this was broken and have a picture of it, and they couldn't fight me because they don't have any proof. But you want to document everything. You want to take pictures of your dashboard. You want to take pictures of your fuel level and your mileage. You want to take interior pictures, your seats, your rugs in your car, the trunk, the back seats, everything, just if there's a scratch, a tear, anything, they have to pay for that. Outside of the car, you want to take pictures of your tire, your rims, your mirrors, your glass, your hood, your trunk. You want to take pictures of everything again, because if something is broken, you need to know, oh, this person had my car last, I have to charge them. Verifying your guests. So if you're meeting your guests in person, you want to see a picture of their driver's license. You want to confirm that that picture matches that person that you're meeting. You want to make sure the name is the same name that's on the app that's renting your car out. The date of birth, that the license is not expired. Yes, Turo does a total background check. Turo, before they could even rent your car out or apply on Turo, Turo does a background check to approve that their license their license is legit. So they don't have any tickets or any warrants or anything on their license. But then still, it could be expired by the time they take a trip with you. So you want to make sure that their license is not expired, because if something happens, you get nothing from Turo. It's on you. And you also want to report if a guest doesn't show up. If you're doing a contactless, where you don't meet the guests, you just leave your keys. You can leave your key, you leave your door unlocked and leave the keys in the car, or you can use one of those lock boxes. You can put the lock box on a fence, or you can put it on your car and leave the keys in the lock box, and the guest will just go to the car, put the code in and get the keys out. You still need to verify the guest. So what you'll do is you'll send them a message and have them send you a photo of them holding their license near their face, so you can match the picture, and a picture of a clear picture of their license, so that you can see the date of birth, the expiration date, all that stuff, to verify that that person is the real person that's renting out your car. You also, again, want to report no-shows. If they don't show up, you still get paid, and they will still get charged. With Toro, you want to know your numbers. You want to know you're picking the right insurance, because that's going to let you know how much money you're going to make with Toro. You want to calculate how many days are you expecting to rent your car out. The average is 21 days. You want to know how much are you going to charge for them renting out your car. And then you want to account for your insurance, your maintenance, your car payments, your cleaning fees, and anything else that you do for your car. If you do a tracker, you have a monthly fee for the tracker, because you're paying for the internet so they can track your car. I have this, let's see if it works. I have a backup if it doesn't, but I have, oh, it's working. Can you guys see that that is changing?
No, it still has just your slide up.
It just has okay, let's see. If not, I'll have to stop sharing and
Stop sharing, come back in to show it.
right, come back in. Okay. I'll just stop sharing and come back in. I have an analysis that will help you break down.
I don't know if y'all saw my chat while she's doing that. If anybody else doing Toro, can you please share your link in the chat?
Sure, I'll definitely put my link in there.
So this analysis right here will help you figure out if how much money you should charge for your car. So you'll put in the insurance you chose, say 60. You'll put in how many days you plan on renting your car out, 21 days. Let's say you charge $50 a day to rent your car out. If you have a monthly payment, let's say $350, your insurance is $150. You put all that in, and then about 10% of your maintenance. So just for maintenance, you're going to put 10% in there of the money for maintenance. And then this will give you a breakdown as to what you're expected to get. So your expected monthly revenue from Toro will be $1,000 a month. The Toro fees, $420. So this is what Toro is going to get. Expected monthly expenses, and then your profit, and then the breakdown. So it's saying if you charge you have to charge at least $48 for your car in order to make at least $25 profit. So this was something that I found to help me to know what's the best amount to charge for my car, and to get a breakdown as to what I'm gonna make with Toro, if it's even worth it. Let's see if I can go back. Did y'all see this change? Am I back to the PowerPoint?
You
No.
have to always stop sharing and go back.
All right. Okay. All right, we did that. Okay. And just to wrap up, you definitely need to have a bank account, because when your payments, when Toro needs to pay you, it's an automatic direct deposit into your bank account. You will have to fill out a W-9 for taxes. You might want to sign up for some kind of a car wash company, because you're going to constantly be washing your car or cleaning out your car. So you might want to sign up for one of those. It's necessary that you pay attention to your phone. If you're one of those people that, you know, your phone is lying somewhere and you don't pay any attention to it, you might want to start paying attention to it, because with Toro, they grade you on everything. Your response time. So if somebody sends you a message and you take 2 days to respond to them, they're grading you on that. Acceptance. So if you're canceling trips, so if somebody's saying, can I rent your car out, and you say no, you cancel it. You're not accepting any trips. They're rating you on that. Comments. They're rating you on how many stars you get and how many completed trips. So if you're canceling trips, they're rating you on that. Your goal is to become an all-star host, meaning that your response time is little to 2 minutes. You're accepting as many requests that come in. You're hoping you're getting your guests to comment on your trip. And hopefully they're giving you 5-star rating and they're completing their trips. They're not having issues where they have to cancel their trips. Toro, on the Toro site, it basically, every question you have is basically right on the Toro app. Plus their customer service is really good. If you're calling, they answer right away. And Toro also gives you a direct link to your personal page, so that you can share with friends and family or whoever. You can post it on social media, whichever, just to get more people to rent out your car. And thank you for listening. I hope I answered all your questions, but now we can do questions if you have any.
All right. So does anybody have any questions for our wonderful Toro host, Miss Michelle? Any questions on how Toro works, what to do, or did she answer everything? Well, let me do it like this. So if you found that what she said to you was helpful and informational, if you got good information from it, just put once in the chat. Let her know that she did a good job, that she, was thorough with what she did. Oh, let's see. Okay, here we go. So everybody says ones. Okay, wonderful. So there is no one has any other questions about the Toro.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead. There you go.
I was just wondering, so when you utilize Toro, and does your regular auto insurance increase the premiums because you are renting your car out?
You're muted, Michelle.
No, because you're using Toro's insurance. So as long as someone is renting out your car, then Toro's insurance is in charge at that time. So that's why you have the insurance from Toro. They cover everything. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah, if you look at it too, if you look at the Toro plans, they'll tell you most of the coverage is way more than you're going to get on your personal vehicle anyways. So it's 100% covered while the person has your vehicle.
As long as you get to 60. If you get to 60, everything is covered. If you get anything lower than that, they start taking stuff off.
The part that will be different as you start to go down on the choices is not necessarily the car being covered. It's more about the, if I'm not mistaken, it's more about the whether or not you'll get a car rental and how much. So they'll give you like $30 a day, or if your car is out of commission. the other thing they'll do is they will give you, if your car was rented at the time that maybe there was an accident, they'll pay you for that. So it just depends on whether or not you want those extras or if you want more money up front.
The deductible is also different.
Correct, yes,
But with the 60, you don't have a deductible. But as you start going up, the deductible changes.
correct.
Yes, and just so you know, I was not being rude, but I just booked another booking for my ride with the Toro as she was actually going through her presentation. So I'm very excited. So it does work if you let it work for you.
I have one other question. So does Toro require you to rent your vehicles out for a certain minimum or maximum, or you just do your market research and rent it out for however much you believe it should be rented out for?
You can put in there as many, so there's the question, how many days do you want your car rented? You can put as many or as little. You can put any, so they can take your car. Somebody got their car rented for 20 days, starting right off the rip. So, you know, it could be whatever.
But I mean the dollar amount that you rent it
Okay.
for.
So I would suggest that you, whatever car you have, you go on Turo and you look at other people's cars and how long they've been part of Toro and what their car offers, and then kind of gauge that amount with theirs. But you could also utilize Toro, which it's up to you, because Toro start out with a very low amount. You could utilize Toro, and Toro will put the put the price for your car, and they'll change it periodically. So it'll change for high demand or low demand, or as your car's been on there long enough, it'll go up, it'll start going up. But you can put your own amount based on what you see other people have.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions, or anybody has anything to add to what you just talked about?
RF bag. I noticed that you didn't recommend it. I know Toro recommended the RF bag. People that have the key fobs.
Can't hear you, Saber.
Oh, she did. She talked about the lock boxes for the cars. She talked about the one for the doors and also the one for the windows, so you can
No, I'm talking about the bag, the RF bag. You know, the bag that you put the key in if you have like a smart key.
Right. Oh, yes. I didn't put that on there because I guess I was thinking I put the lock boxes on there, so you don't really need that. But if you don't use a lock box and you just letting your key sit in the car, you want to I forget what that key is called. The bag is called. There's a specific bag that you can buy that you put your key in, so that when you use the key, your other key fob outside of the car, it doesn't interfere with with your key inside the car. So you can put your key in the glove box or wherever in the car so that the guest can find it, and then you can lock your car with your other key. And with that key being in that bag, it keeps it from interfering, so you're able to lock your doors and do those things. I forget what that key
Well,
is.
you're using that method. You're using that method because you said locking your door. So you're using that method if you are near your car at the time when the people are picking up, correct?
Right.
Yeah, the RF bag also too. If people like people have scanners that can actually scan and unlock your car with that stuff. And I don't think it's really people that do that, but who knows. But yeah, like she said, that method is to if you have your key fob in there and it's not in the RF bag, you try to lock the door, it won't let you lock it, basically.
Right.
So yeah, I just started doing Toro, and I purchased myself a lockbox for my vehicle. So when I park the car, because I'm gonna probably do a lot of contactless transactions because I work so much, that they will be able to just go ahead and get the key out of the lockbox on the car. So that is just another way that you can have the key accessible to your actual client that's going to be booking your vehicle. So are there any other questions?
Did Raquel want to share her experience? Raquel?
Sure. You have to go in there. So we've been doing Turo for what, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
So about 6
okay.
weeks. Our first rental, Raheem and I, our first rental was like a 4-day. It's like 3 days. Yeah, I'm sorry, 4 days, 3 nights. It was gone and it was quick and easy. We do contactless. We have the fob bag and we leave that in the car, and we leave usually the passenger side door is the one unlock or the rear door. And it was easy. The person came and picked it up at our location. They, like Michelle said, they verified their information beforehand. They actually didn't live far from where we were. We verified their information. And then our second Turo rental, we like hit the jackpot because they wanted our car. They've been renting our car for almost a month. So it's been like 21 days, I think is the rental period. And it's been awesome. My Easy Pass has been bumping and reloading because whomever she's driving it and she's going through lots of tolls. So that's been easy. Michelle's right. Definitely get the Easy Pass because you don't want to have to try to, pay. You have to pay for these things out of pocket later on. And there's a time period as far as being able to charge your renter for the tolls after the fact. And of course, those systems take a long time if you're waiting for mail. So it's been profitable thus far. We're looking to hopefully make another investment in another vehicle sometime in the spring, if it keeps going this way, and possibly having our daughter make her own investment late summer in a vehicle. So while she's at college, she can make some money and study and make us proud.
Awesome. Congratulations on your success with Turo. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Awesome. So yeah, it does work. And you really do have to just place your car there and people will book it. So, a lot of people don't make the move because they're afraid to. So just do your due diligence and step out. So we want to, thank Sabor because he actually brought this to our attention on one of our Friday night calls. So this was one of those one of these golden nuggets that's dropped on us on Friday nights, and people are actually stepping out and making moves, and people are making passive income. And this is what this program is all about, is getting you in a position financially sexy where you can actually make moves to be financially secure. We want to be able to do there's a lot of things that we don't have because we weren't taught that certain things in our community. And one of his passions is to help the Black community, the Black and brown community, make moves financially so that we don't have to be struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. And that's what our goal is. And this is why I love this program so much.
And I just want to tell this recent experience. I've had my car, I don't know, going on 3 weeks, I guess. And maybe 3 weeks, I think. And so my first rental was, I put it on, and then I think the next day someone rented it. And then after they rented it, someone else rented it. Then the third person rented the car and they wanted it for like 3 days. But they sent me a message saying, asking me what was the size of my trunk with the back seats down. They wanted to purchase a Christmas tree and put it in the car. And so I was thought, oh no, you are not putting a Christmas tree in my car. So I told them they could not put a tree in the car and nor on top of the car, that they would be, liable for any damages that the tree caused, that they should probably think about renting a truck. I wish I had a truck because I would have rented it to them. And so anyway, so they canceled that rental. And then the next day I get another person, and it was actually someone from Jamaica. They have a Jamaican driver's license. So I was concerned because I thought, well, wait a minute, they're not from the US. So how do they rent the car and with the license and all of that? So I called Turo before, I confirmed with them. And so I got them, and they, verified their license, which they have to do in advance anyway when the person set up an account. And so they, told me it was good, and that was the person. They saw all the documents that he had uploaded, and so that was good. And then he was supposed to rent my car for 2 days. And on that first day, he asked to extend it 2 more days. And then into that 4th day, he asked to extend it 3 more days. And then into that 10th day, he asked to extend it 2 more days. So then he's supposed to return it this Sunday. He's already had it a week. And then I get a message today, a notification, and he lost my key fob. He was at the mall. He was shopping, buying clothes for himself, and he thinks that it fell out of his pocket. So he lost it. And but he wasn't too far away, and he asked if I had another, and I was very reluctant to give him my only key. And but he was such a gentleman. He said, I'm so sorry, I will buy you 2. I'll buy you 2. So to make sure that I always have a 3rd one. So he, I told him to just put that in the messaging on Turo, that he would buy, 2 additional ones. And so he did that. So I have to now go and find out when I get it back. I have to get another key fob made for the car. So I don't have no idea what that's going to cost. And I told him it's probably pretty expensive, but he said it's okay, it's not a problem. He would pay for it. So, but yeah, so there's ups and downs to but the money has been good because you get a notification, and Turo sends you a notification saying you're being paid, and then they go cha-ching. I like that. So, and so I bought a car to put on Turo. I didn't use my, a personal car. I bought a car specifically for Turo. So, and that's really all it's being used for. So, but it's all good.
It's definitely all good because everybody's making a passive income. So that's what this is all about.
Congratulations.
Hey, everybody, I got a quick question. For everybody on Turo, what is the recommended number of trackers you want to put in your car? For Turo, I've heard you want to put more than 1. I've even heard you want to put up to 3.
Asking about trackers.
Yeah. So I talked to this gentleman who he's in Ohio, and he's a super host, and he has 8 cars on Turo, and they're all Lexus and some other, I don't know, higher car. I can't remember now. But anyway, he primarily does airports and stuff like that. And he started out putting trackers in his car, and he uses a company called Spirion. But he said he only puts 1. He does not go through all that, but it's wired. And then there's someone else that I spoke to recently, folks who have very, like Sabor with his Maserati, those really expensive cars.
The luxurious ones.
Yeah, they will put 3 on theirs. So that's what someone else that I spoke with said, that they put 3 on theirs because people are not expecting 3. But yeah. And then there was someone who also had trackers on their car, and someone stole the car from the person who rented it. Someone else stole the car. And so they were tracking the car, and the tracker, something happened with the tracker and it kind of stopped working. And it said that it was in one place, and it was like the middle of the highway, but the car wasn't there, of course. So I don't know. It just depends, I guess, too, on the type of tracker system that you get, and the range and how far they go and all of that. But
So I guess that would be more of a personal choice then on how many trackers you would want Brian on the car. It would be, I guess if you're high, that would be a personal choice of yours on what you want for your tracker.
Okay.
Yes. Are there any other questions?
I know one of the questions that I had for the gentleman who has 8 cars was, where do you park all of these cars? Because you're not a dealership, you don't have, if you do not have, a place to park 8 cars, where do you put them? And when they're not on the road. And he said to me, when is that? So his cars are always busy. And that's what we really want, right? Like, you really want your car to be out and doing what it's supposed to be doing. And so that was my initial concern. Like, if the car is not being rented, where do you put the car? And I've heard, several stories around that, because someone went to a dealership and actually bought 6 cars within a week, and luxury cars. And they were parking them at a Target in their parking lot. And when he had 1 car, it was not a problem. But when he had 6 luxury cars, now people started stopping and looking and parking in Target and all of that. So he had to figure out, a way to get those. Now he had to move the cars and figure out where he was going to put them, which turned out to be, great for him. He found a wonderful place right at an airport. So but yeah, so, situations like that, if you go out and you're like, I'm going to buy, 5 cars all at one time, then you may have an issue with where to park them.
I heard airports and Walmart myself.
Say it again.
I've heard airports and Walmart myself as well.
Yeah, it just depends, because some places have, the security in their parking lots, right? This particular thing, the Target that he parked at had security, but when he had 1 car, the guy paid him no attention. But it was just when it brought more attention to him when he had a lot of cars, so he couldn't keep them there. And then, yeah, places that are well lit, and especially if you're going to meet people, that's why we want to do the lock boxes, because you really, I personally don't want to wait around for anyone to drop off or pick up. And contactless to me is the best way to go. But a lot of people will go and meet and deliver the car and all of that as well. And you can charge an extra fee for delivering. Sonia, I think, had a question. Renee?
Yes, I was wondering about the mileage issue with your car. How do you handle that, mileage issue? Do you do, I guess it just depends on each owner and how they would allow the people to, do unlimited mileage or what have you, or go out of town. How is that handled, Toro?
So you want to take that
Michelle?
one for Michelle?
So on Turo, when you're listing your car, you have the option to put how many miles you want them to put on your car. It usually kind of goes by how much you're charging for your car. So if you're charging a lot for your car, you tend to put a little bit more mileage on there, because you want to give them, I don't know what the word is that I want to say, but you could definitely choose whatever mileage you want. So the Toro doesn't make you do anything. So if you want to put 300 miles, that they're going to get only 300 miles, and it's 300 miles. If they go over that mileage, you can charge them.
Right. So you can do 300 miles a day. You can do 300 miles a week. So it's really up to you on what you want to do, because it is your car. And then as far as what you want to charge for, if they go over that mileage, it's up to you also. You can charge 50 cents over the mileage, 12 cents over the mileage. So it's really up to you. So those things have to, I guess, be factored in as far as how much you want to make on renting the vehicle out.
And one last question, I'm sorry. So I noticed in the beginning you did say something about the requirement, like 130, no more than 130,000 or something like that. So what if you rent your car out and it has maybe 100 on it, and after renting it out for so long, it meets that max? Does Turo allow you to continue to rent that same car out that's been, performing well, or is no longer?
I mean, I would think they probably would inspect it, but their rule is you can't rent your car. They don't take cars that are over 130 miles. So I guess when you hit that mileage, you would have to stop renting out your car.
Yeah. And it's good to have a plan for your car. When you're not going to, when it gets to those miles or get near those miles. So having an exit strategy is, important. If you buy a car that already has, say 80,000 miles on it or something. So it's good to have an exit strategy. What are you going to do with the car once it, reaches its livelihood on Turo? So knowing what you're going to do with it is probably a good idea.
All right. All right. So are there any other questions about Turo? And I hope that this information that was provided tonight was something that was beneficial to everyone on this line. Something to think about or to consider, just another way to create additional income outside of what we normally do every day. So that's what we try to do on these Friday night calls. We want to drop nuggets to give people opportunities, ideas, and different ways on how we can create passive income for ourselves and other people. So without any further ado, if there's no other further questions about Turo, we're going to turn this over to the Mr. Sabor Demiri. And we're going to go ahead because we really don't like to keep you guys too long, but we like to just give information. So we're going to turn this over to you, Sabor, at this time, and you can take over, and then I can just close us out.
Sure. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're good.
All right.
Good.
So I just want to make sure we all aware that this program is about creating passive income, and not only that, learning how to better ourselves financially. I posted something in the private Facebook group. Somebody can make 100,000 a year and still live paycheck to paycheck. The goal is to learn how to leverage and use your money wisely. So my goal and passion is to teach people how to use their money wisely and how to build passive income. So, one of the things about Turo, sometimes people can have negative comments or thoughts about Turo, or I'm not doing that. Again, this is about movers and makers in this program. So we're looking for people that want to make moves and make passive income and also improve their lives. It's all about making passive income. It can get scary. Yes, anything that you do as an investment can get scary. But if you don't pull the trigger, you're never going to know. We can continuously live in the hells that we know instead of living in the heavens that we don't know. So it's all, again, I didn't build my wealth by being scared. I always say I'm the type of person that jump off the roof and I make my parachute on the way down. So we just have to make sure that, when you hear information such as Turo or any kind of passive income, just ask yourself, is it for you or not? If it's not for you, but don't just be scared to do something that's can benefit you. We just want to make sure that we are living and growing. Anyways, in this program, for people that's new, my name is Sabor. I've been teaching, this program for years. I've been living it for years. I don't look at it as a strategy. To me, it's a way of life. I use debt, revolving debt, to pay off amortized loans, such as car loans, any type of thing that's amortized that holds you back. Those little monthly payments. Instead of making payments, we try to teach people how to make payoffs. Those payoffs and lowering your utilization on your credit cards and revolving accounts boosts your credit scores. Everybody in this group that's members, you already know how your scores look. I didn't do a round table tonight, but I'm pretty sure everybody's in a good situation or better than they were when they first came into this program. You know, it is a process. We are growing as a group, and we also growing as individuals. Each person has a one-on-one coach. That coach will give them strategies and steps, even talk them off the ledge and edge to a lot of stuff. So, you know, we're about building a community of people that want to see and leave a legacy, passive income, generational wealth, and education that we can pass down to our kids. You know, this week I had a lot of people that added their kids to their lines of credit, and it felt good to them to watch their kids' credit grow. It felt good to them to learn these strategies on how to build passive income so that their kids can now have more than just stuff. They have education to move them forward. They also have higher credit scores, so they don't have to go in getting these, you know, predatory cards or predatory loans or car loans, you know, 22% interest rates and all those things. You know, it makes no sense. And again, we have been, you know, we're behind generations. Even though we're doing better than previous generations, we're still behind. So that's my passion. That's what we do in this program. Basically teach you how to create passive income. Anybody has any questions for me, how I did it or what I do, I'm always willing to open up and share. But one of the easiest ways that I started, and I always tell people my story, once I learned how to build my credit, I learned how to leverage my credit. So the first thing I did was we talked about this last week. I went to my bank, which is Navy Federal. I always preach them, and I got pre-approved for an investment mortgage. Okay. When I got pre-approved for investment mortgage, I took that, and I stay in the $50,000 property range. And there's a lot of $50,000 properties, believe it or not. But I stay in the $50,000 property range. So I got pre-approved for $50,000. Navy Federal makes you put down 25% on investment mortgage. Okay. So that means I have to take 1075 and put it down on a property as a down payment. So what I do is, instead of taking the 1075 out of my checking account, I take it off of my line of credit on a balance transfer, whatever. You know, we teach you different ways of liquidating your card. So in your mind, you're saying, well, now you have two payments. You have to pay a source here, and you have to pay a source here. But my property actually pays for both sources, and I cash flow the difference. Okay. Now, what I do is, now that monthly cash flow, say that monthly cash flow brings me in $500, increasing to me by $500. What I do now, sorry, my wife walked in. I thought she's mad at me. So what I do now is, she's the way she slammed the door. So what I do now is, I know my monthly cash flow, and I know how much the new property is bringing me in. I'll pay down my line of credit first that I borrow off of the 10.5 as fast as possible, as we teach you in this strategy. And then I'll take another 10,000 and I'll drop it on principal only that I owe on that mortgage until I have it paid off. Normally you have both your line of credit and your mortgage paid off in 12 months on a $50,000 away, depending on your your net monthly cash flow. And of course, the more properties you buy, the more cash flow you increase your monthly cash flow. Now you're paying things off faster. You're buying cars off faster. You know, your lines of credit off faster, and you just repeat that process until you get to where you at. I suffer from dyslexia. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I know numbers, you know, so it really became easy for me to build my wealth. So if I can do it, I'm telling you, you know, you can do it. I'm pretty sure we have people on here that have master's degrees and things like that. You know, I have, you know, I'm not one of those type of people, but I do have a passion for what I know, and I know my numbers, and I'm smart with that, you know. So anyways, that's basically what I do. And then basically what we teach in this program, teach you how to pay off debt, how to leverage your debt, and to build passive income by using the strategies that one of the people, the master says, Robert Kiyosaki. There's a big difference between good debt and bad debt, you know, consumer debt and investment debt. Can y'all see my screen? All right, so anyways, in this program, we're going to teach you velocity banking, how to increase both your personal and business lines of credit. Also how to buy real estate with little or no money down. and also how to leverage that credit to purchase rentals and complete rehabs, and also how to build business credit and more. So anybody have a question? Because I know we're running out of time and I don't want to hold everybody up tonight about what we do or anything that I spoke about just now of how I created wealth. All right.
I joined the company mainly working in Los Angeles.
I was just gonna say thank you guys so much. This is awesome. This is my second time on the call, and it's really good information. Like sometimes when you are in the finance area, you think you know a lot, but you don't. Like, so this is really great to me because our last daughter went off to school and her car is here. It's under 130,000 miles. There's no payment. It's paid off, and it's kind of like a burden because my husband and I try to drive it, but we try to remember to crank it up. You know what I mean? So it's working and stuff. So we could just actually, while she's gone to school, we can use this as income. You know, so this is nice. Thanks.
It is totally covered. You know, so yeah, definitely smart. All right, so we're going to end off with I'm sorry, do we have a round table? Anybody want to share this week? Anything good news?
Yeah, somebody got some good news on here tonight, so they better speak up.
I got some for the group. Everybody who has like a LLC, S corp, or corporation. Somebody had informed me of this yesterday. I'm about to put the link in the chat. Hello Alice, if y'all are unaware of this, they're a company that helps startups and existing businesses, and right now they're offering like a $5,000 grant, meaning you don't got to pay it back, and you got to fill out some paperwork, and it's about like 40 questions you got to answer, but if you select it, you get $5,000, but you got to have a established business with a EIN.
Nice. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, and that's the link.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone have that link? That's great information. Thank you.
Yeah, it ends on the 17th. So if you can go to the website and sign up and apply by the 17th, you'll be good. And also they supposed to be doing 3 rounds of this for the in 6-month increments.
Okay.
Also, American Express is also doing a business grant right now for $10,000 at any LLC company. They normally try to look for people that already have American Express business card. So just FYI, if you already have American Express business card, you can do their grant too. Just Google it.
What is the name of it, Sabor?
I forgot the name of it. The American Express Business Grant. It's a scholarship grant for American Express. If you have the American Express business, either any business gold or whatever, you can just Google it, the American Express grant.
Okay.
There's one going on right now too.
All right. So see, nuggets being dropped every Friday. That's great information, guys, and we're grateful for you always sharing that so we all can just go ahead and keep moving. A movement is a movement. So all this information, these nuggets are things that I didn't even know about this. So we're grateful for people sharing this information.
We got 2 people here with 2 secret talents. They all want to share it though. Look at Rosie with them grants. I know y'all know a little bit about them grants. Rosie and Rochelle, they be doing them grant writing. They got secret talents they don't want to tell us about, y'all.
Uh-oh, it's time to tap in.
You guys. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rosie.
No, you go first.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, I just ran across some information from Skip and I can put it in the email to everybody. I don't have it on me to forward to you right this minute. But he was saying there was a $1,000 grant, but I think it's a selection also. I think it's like 100 people. I'll have to send it over to you guys. I ran into that today and we're just looking for other ways, that we can help each other. But I will send it to everyone in the email because I got to find the link.
Armando, how are you?
See you, Rosie.
Armando, how are you, Armando? Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I dabble in writing grants and I wrote some and got some money for myself and for some other folks. And so I've gotten quite a few grants lately, but the last one that I just received, it was one that they were offering here in where my business is located in Connecticut, and so it was a $10,000 grant. So I got that, and I'm expecting to get this other one, which is bigger than that one. I did both of them at the same time. I did a few grants for the church that I used to belong to, and they now they received some of them before I left the church, and got a call today from the pastor's wife, and they got some of the others that we had filled out for as well. So pretty cool when you get them, but it is work. So some of the grants, the larger they are, the more, you know, is required to apply. The smaller, well, it depends. So some agencies, they want your whole life story, and you got to make up some too at times. So they want a whole lot. It just depends on the agency, but yeah, they're out there. Just have to find them, and I don't really look for them. If I get an email, I've signed up for a few things, and I get an email, and then I'll apply. So.
Thank you. So I want to make a correction, I guess, from last week on our meeting. We talked about the difference between pre-approvals and pre-qualifications. Somebody gave me a call and they were looking for pre-approvals for businesses. I am not aware of any business cards or lines of credit that do pre-approvals. If anybody do know of it, please let me know so I can share with the group. But they were looking for, they thought that we were talking about pre-approvals for business, and we were talking about personal last week. So I just want to make that correction. I know we got a lot of business owners. Any business owners heard of pre-approvals, business credit cards? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm not sure. I know when you have certain business websites that we recommend, they'll give you recommended suggested cards, but that's not a pre-approval. That's just like basically marketing to you, so that they'll show you odds, basically like a Credit Karma or something like that, show you odds of getting that card. Yeah, but I've never heard of a pre-approval for business credit. All right, so anyways, I guess Rochelle just walked away. We about to start the questions. Oh, there she goes. She's like slides back.
Sorry.
So I think for some reason I thought tonight was going to be for the last call before the holidays. So I was going to bump up the money tonight, but we actually have another call. I think 2 more calls before the holiday. So it's going to be $100 to the first place winner. I'm going to read the questions out, and then I guess we can go ahead and.
Tabor, could you read the question without putting it up first?
Sure can.
Read it and then wait and then put it up.
I don't know what the first question is. Hold on.
I see that, Maserati.
I'm coming to take it for a ride. I'll come and rent your Toro.
I will too. You gonna drop the price to $50?
That's joy. All right. I don't know where it's at, so I can't do it. I don't, not showing me. You shouldn't have asked me that one. All right, there we go. It's not all right. So first question is, I found it. First question. Are you looking for pre-approved or pre-qualifications?
Pre-approved?
Pre-approvals.
Who's that?
They gotta put a number in.
Gotta put your number 1 in the chat, guys.
Oh,
Keisha.
I heard Armando.
Pre-approval.
I'm gonna give it to Keisha though. Sorry, Armando, you jumped. All right. So Keisha got that one. Keisha, you're not gonna be winning all the money every week now. That's the plan. All right, next question. Next question. What 3 household numbers must you know in this program?
Jail.
dang it.
Michelle, you're muted if you're talking.
Are you saying
Sorry,
Russian?
I didn't realize I was muted. You have to know your you have to know your numbers. You have to know your dang it.
Take your time.
So your debt, your income, and cash flow.
Yeah.
That was a brain fart.
Yeah. Yes, you must know your income, your expenses, and cash flow. So the reason why it's important for those that's new on the call that we ask that you know these questions. Of course, it's part of your budgeting, your household budget, because a lot of times we'll get paid and we'll just spend our money and then we'll live off the rest. That doesn't tell you your numbers. So you need to know all your expenses, and believe it or not, a lot of times when people start our program and we have them write the stuff out, it takes them about a week to 2 weeks to get all their numbers down, because it's the expenses everywhere, the income is everywhere, and they never thought about this. So it's good, you have to know your income, your expenses, and minus those two equal with your net monthly cash flow is the money you have left over after every pay period. That cash flow is what we use in this program to help you pay off your debt. So that's why we talk about things like Turo in order to increase your monthly cash flow. All right, next question. Credit score between 720 or higher is considered what?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A prime, I believe. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
She said
Hey,
prime.
boy, did you hear her?
Yeah, I hear.
She said it. She gave her answer.
7. That's wrong.
Right. Raquel?
Is it tier 4 credit?
Tier 4 credit, excellent credit, or super prime. Super prime.
Told me.
Who did that, Raquel?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. What does PMI mean?
Michelle?
Private mortgage insurance?
Michelle?
Sorry.
Michelle?
Private mortgage insurance.
Armando, you giving it away, man.
For real.
I use a number system. I think it'll work better. The names are too similar.
Too similar.
I heard Michelle.
You see right things.
So private mortgage insurance is very important that you know, because a lot of times, when us as minorities go buy a property, previously before this program, we had bad credit or we had low credit. And a lot of times we opt for what is called FHA loans instead of conventional loans, right? The FHA loans mean you only have to put 3% down of the purchase price. And a lot of times we don't have the money to put down on a conventional loan, which is 20%. So what happens though, when you put on an FHA loan or put 3% down, there is a tax or a private insurance that basically the federal government securing their money for the lender, saying that, hey, yeah, we'll back these people, but you're paying for that, right? It's going to be anywhere between $100 to $25 to $200 in private mortgage insurance on top of your monthly principal interest payment. The problem with private mortgage insurance is a lot of times you have to wait till you get 40% equity in your property to get out of it. And it's hard to get out of. I mean, it's like pulling teeth and nail. A lot of times you have to refinance out to a new loan to get out of that private mortgage insurance. Okay, so private mortgage insurance can be the devil in a lot of ways because it stops a lot of people. It's basically wasted money. So now that you know how to leverage your credit wisely and also how to liquidate your lines of credit, you always going to have that money, that conventional money that you need for your down payment if you don't have it saved. Okay. All right, next question. That was PMI. All right, what is the first business account or website do we recommend you sign up as a business owner?
Rochelle.
Nav.com.
Yes, ma'am, nav.com. Why nav.com? Anybody can tell me why we recommend nav.com?
Because you get the three, or you get, I'm trying to remember the name, trade lines. You get the ability to see, I guess, that progress happening with your account and how you're looking more financially sexy to the lenders by looking at those trade lines. And I guess they do offer you a lot of other business tools and things that you can use in there. I mean, we're pretty new at it, but we are watching it. It's looking good, Armando. Like our rate is going higher. We like it. I mean, unless there's something else I don't know, but yeah, you're saying NAV is great. So we're doing NAV. Yeah.
NAV is great. I mean, that's a good answer. So what happened is when a lot of times people start building business credit, they were taught previously that you have to have net 30 accounts or net 60 accounts or net 90 accounts, right? These accounts are basically like cards, like Office Max, gas cards for your business, those types of things, or some type of office type supply where you have to buy a whole bunch of supplies. And when you buy those supplies, you have 30 days. That just means 30, 60, or 90 days, right? So you have net 30 accounts. Can y'all hear me? I'm breaking up.
I can hear you.
Okay. So basically, the net means 60, 30, or 90 days. So when you have a net account, a lot of times you're buying stuff that you really don't need. You just purchasing or buying these things that is wasted money, just to build business credit. But with NAV.com, you basically start to business
Sabor, maybe you can mute everybody because there is definitely feedback coming from somewhere.
Figure out where. All right, sorry. So basically that's why we recommend NAV, is because you'll have access to build business lines of credit without having to waste money and getting to all this other stuff as far as these net 30, 60, and 90 accounts. NAV helps you get straight to the point in building business trade lines. All right. So do we have a tie or anywhere? Because I have a tiebreaker question in here.
Got a winner.
We have a winner. Okay.
Michelle.
All right, Michelle. Okay, so I do have a question. I'll go ahead and you just put it out there just to end with. What credit score do you need to buy a house? Conventional score, not FHA score.
Rochelle.
740.
Wrong.
Oh, 720.
Rochelle.
Oh.
What'd you say, Raquel?
Oh, it was on me. Was it 680?
No. Yeah, you're close. Somebody put it in there.
Keisha said 630.
Keisha was closer. It's 620 620 for a conventional loan, 500 for FHA, but then they're starting to stretch it out. They're saying like 640 for conventional, but conventional mortgage, you have to have a 620. Anything under that, they're just going to say your credit is bad and you can't get approved. Even though you have a 500, you still get an FHA. A lot of times lenders won't let you get it. They're going to make you have at least a 620, even for FHA right now. All right, so anybody have any questions for me about that before we close out?
No, but nobody talked about the roundtable. Nobody has good news to report this week.
I closed 4 deals today. Got another 6 closed Monday.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Money.
We trying to grow up to be just like you, Sabor. That's what we trying to do.
I know that's right.
Again.
Awesome. Congratulations. Awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, I should
That's why I eat the Maserati, man.
So
I was so special. I got to see the dollar sign.
You're so simple.
I caught chills.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
We love you, Joy, in the back there. We see you. We love you.
Tell her she can't hide from us. We're not going to keep you guys long because you know Friday nights we like to keep this thing to an hour. We're already a little over because we want to be respectful of everybody's time because we know it is the end of the week. But we do thank you all for coming on and joining us tonight because without you, we would have no Friday night call. Without Sabor, we wouldn't be able to create passive income. And we just want to thank Michelle for her presentation tonight on Turo and Raquel too, Rosie, myself, sober with the Turo experiences just to give people insight. Brian for the information that he gave us with Hello Alice. Rochelle also, so she's going to get us some information and forward it to us through our
email
message. And yeah, so just be here next week. We're going to get some more nuggets to help us move forward.
So next week I have a guest couple coming on. I call them the king of queens of wholesale and creative passive income. So they'll be on speaking with us next week. So they're good friends of me and Joyce. They made a lot of money with wholesaling and creative income. So I just asked them to speak with us next week.
So if you have a guest speaker, make sure you bring your pens and your pads so you can take good notes.
Hey, Michelle, do you want me to send this money to you or Telly email?
You better stop. You better stop that right now.
You said Telly didn't answer those questions. I did.
All right, y'all have a wonderful week.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week on Friday.
All right,
Yes.
take care.
Good night.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
No.
Do we need to stay on the call for anything?
I don't think so. Do you I think we went over everything earlier today. Do you have anything for me?
That's it.
All right. Well.
All right.
All right. Well, I love you. I'll see you next week or talk to you later on this week. Okay. Joy's waving at you.
Hi, sweetheart.
All right. Talk
All
to you.
right. Okay. Hello.